off the injury, I guess, what's it been like, finally getting back out there and going full speed? I mean, you've been diving after balls. It doesn't look like you've been slowing down at all.
Yeah, it's been great. Sometimes I forget about my injury a little bit. I have to be cautious of that, but it's just fun to be back on the court, competing with my team and just going hard.
Coach Purcell had mentioned, like, he didn't care if you accidentally, like, dribbled off your foot or something like that. I mean, what's it been like kind of adjusting to wearing the knee brace, coming back through the rehab process and playing, this season off that injury?
It's definitely been hard. There's been some ups and downs, but really I just thank the staff so much for giving me confidence again. They push me all the time, and I'm very hard on myself, so I think with them saying that and them pushing me, it just makes me better.
Spent a lot of time in the off season too with your shot. I think shooting from three, shooting mid range, and all that stuff. It seemed like you're a lot more comfortable there. I mean, how much emphasis did you put in that in the off season?
I put a lot of emphasis on that because I was a down low player, and I kind of wanted to just stretch my game. When I was injured and kind of couldn't move too much, we spent a lot of time on form shooting. Then it worked up to mid-range, off the dribble, three-pointers. So that was pretty much the first 4 months of my recovery.
DeBrisha, your first double-double tonight. I mean, what does that mean for you to get to accomplish that in just your second game?
Honestly, I was just trying to do whatever needed for my team. I know I wasn't hitting, so I was like, I'm just going to rebound whatever my team needed me to do. So I was happy to do it.
Danae, you had 10 rebounds yourself today. I mean, what's it like this season playing with some more depth in the post and not necessarily having to play the entire game, getting a chance to sit, come back in, other players, in that rotation now?
It's great. I have a lot of confidence in my teammates, and they also have a lot of confidence in me. From a rebounding point of view, we all just like to crash, so it's a lot easier sometimes to crash from coming out from the wing. So.
Brisha, y'all have so many players on this team that can put up points and do so many different things. I think y'all had 6 that scored in double figures last game, 4 today. I mean, what's your opinion so far on the depth that this team has and just how good you are in that regard?
Like you said, we have depth, and I most definitely think this team is special. If anybody can score double digits at any night, and that's what we love about this team. So I'm excited for this year.
Kind of along those lines, I mean, you guys had a strong three-point shooting game. The first one, you're 4 for 22 today. I mean, what does it say about this team that even though when the shot's not falling, you're still able to find ways to score and pull away from teams?
We just had to adjust. We knew we wasn't hitting tonight, so now we got to crash boards. We got to get the easy shots, get to the basket. So, yeah.
Just for both of you, the fact that some shots were not falling the first half and it wasn't really smooth in offense, but the defense was just almost suffocating. Was that how you went into this game to play good defense?
Yes, we worked all week on defense. A lot of our preseason workouts were just being quick on our feet, active feet, being in the gap, and just trusting in our teammates to be on the help side. So we went out there and did that tonight.
Just curious, with LaToya Thomas, her jersey retired today, I know she played well before you all maybe even picked up basketball yet, but just what you heard about her game and what about this moment to see history being made with a female athlete here at Mississippi State having her jersey retired?
It's very inspiring knowing that she can do it. So it really just makes us and motivates us to want to work hard. And for her to be able to come out tonight and see us play, we wanted to go hard, especially with her watching.
Yeah, I guess what was that, you mentioned the long journey that's been, I guess what was it like, finally being out there on the court, turning around and seeing your name and the jersey number hanging up there?
It means a lot, especially where I'm from, Greenville, small town. Never thought in a million years that'll be done, but I had so many people that helped me throughout my journey. That's why I say it's been a long journey, but I'm grateful and I'm blessed.
Right. LaToya, when you came here, there had been no All-Americans, I think 1 tournament appearance. And you and Tan and Jennifer and those players, y'all really kind of broke the barrier for this program. Seeing this team go to Final Fours, win the SEC championship and all that, I mean, what's that mean for you as a player that came here and there really was no LaToya Thomas or anybody like that before you got here? You kind of set the tone.
It means a lot, and it's been hard. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's been real hard, but we decided. Me and Tan both decided. We can make a difference. It doesn't matter if it's Tennessee or some of the big names that was out there, but we wanted to stay home and make Mississippi great, and that was one of our goals.
How big was Coach Fanning in getting y'all here too?
Well, Coach Fanning was big. I'm gonna say all the assistant coaches. You know, Coach Fanning, Coach Jocelyn McGillberry, Coach Allen, Coach Franklin, and we had some great trainers as well. So I'm gonna say all the coaches.
When you first took to the court as a freshman, did you think anything like your career could be in store?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. But that's what I wanted it to be. That was one of the proudest moments coming in my freshman year. I did a podcast earlier, and my teammates that I had, the veterans, you know, the seniors and the juniors, they really, really helped me. They helped me through it, and I was learning. I was learning along the way.
Stefan, go ahead.
Coach Purcell talked a lot when he took this job about, wanting to be at Mississippi State because, women's basketball matters. I guess, what's it like being the first women's player to have, your name up there and kind of a landmark moment, I guess, for this program?
It means a lot now. At first I was numb about it. Today, I woke up with a lot of anxiety, a lot of nerves. So it really feels good. I'm never the one to brag about what I do or what I accomplish. I always give a credit to my team because without them, I wouldn't be here. So it felt great to represent them, to represent this university, and to represent my hometown of Greenville.
David, go ahead.
Where is the jersey going to hang now, that plaque you were given by Dr. Keenum?
Well, I got to get it first. So, I have my two siblings here. I have two older brothers. So I think they're gonna do rock, paper, scissors over it. So I'm gonna let you know what happened.
Robbie, go ahead.
You had an entire section of people, I think, just for you, fans and friends and family and all that. I mean, what have those people meant to you, and what did that mean for you to see all those people here to support you?
It's a lot. It's a lot. I have a big family, and most of those were my family. So it means a lot, being the first one from my family to accomplish that. So I know they're proud, and I'm happy to make them proud.
Stefan, go ahead.
You had mentioned earlier just how maybe you couldn't have, predicted that this was gonna happen when you first started playing. I guess what would be your message to maybe some of the younger players that are just now, getting to Mississippi State and, the opportunities that they have ahead of them?
Anything is possible. I know they hear that a lot, but honestly and truly, anything is possible. Because where I'm from, we don't have many, and I know they're capable. So the only thing I advise them to do is just keep working hard, and stay focused.
Got time for maybe one more. Robbie, go ahead. Oh, David, we'll wrap up, David.
When you watch what the game has become, so many women's games on television now, the SEC having whole sections devoted to women's basketball, do you ever wish maybe you'd come along a little later, or was the timing just right for you?
I got that question, but I think the timing was everything, and I can't say I would be the same person if I came along. So I wanted to change the perception here for Mississippi State because a lot of people, we was down at the bottom, and I wanted to change that. So I think I came along at the right time. So I'm just honored and blessed.
Great. Thanks, Latoya.
Latoya, you pretty much answered pretty much everything, but I was just curious about the 32. Why 32? Because
That's a good question. I wanted to give a shout out. She came to the game, actually. Sharon Thompson. I know y'all remember her. When I first came here, she was nice enough to give it up because she was the best player in Mississippi State history. And she blessed me with the number, and I feel happy that she did. So I want to give her all the credit in the world for letting me wear that number.
Well, I'm excited first and foremost because that's a quick turnaround. I want to give a lot of credit to North Alabama, their players, their coaching staff. I said it in radio. I have a lot of respect for them. You look at last year's season for them. They played Kentucky close and won the SEC championship. They played Florida Gulf Coast really tough, who's a top 25 team. So I was aware, obviously, because I've been in games like this with teams who are like that with a coach. I think she won 300 games. So again, I have a lot of respect for her and how she just continued to fight. And I was happy with that first quarter. What a quarter to jump out and make a statement. That allowed me to mess around with some things that I don't necessarily do because we got a big one next week. But as far as this game tonight, you know, it was good. I saw a lot of great things. Film is going to be the best thing to show my team tomorrow because when shots don't fall, all right, we got to get it on the defensive end. We've shot it so well that I think it kind of took in that second half of like, oh man, we're not making shots instead of, oh man, we better get stopped. So I couldn't be more proud again of my team. I challenged them after that game Wednesday night, you know, quick. Thursday, light walkthrough, and then Friday I said, y'all, we got to bring it. So the fact that we're able to start out 2-0, I'm pumped, and let's see where we can go from here.
Stefan, go ahead.
You mentioned, you know, when you took this job, a big reason was that women's basketball matters in Starkville. I guess what's it like now, you know, having a banner up there with LaToya's number, you know, the first banner for a women's basketball player here?
It solidifies a statement. To your point of that question, when I talk to recruits on the phone, they know the history here. They know the big games we've played here. They know how special our fans are when they come and attend. But now that I can tell a young lady when I go in a home visit, you know what? If you put up a season like no other and have a career like no other, your name, and most importantly, your number, might be in the rafters one day. So that was a huge statement today.
Robbie, go ahead.
The three-point shooting wasn't what it was in game one, but defense was pretty steady throughout the game with the exception of a little bit of that third quarter. Just how proud are you of the defensive effort in the first two ball games so far?
I'm huge. I'm very proud, especially my bigs. I want to shout out my bigs because in a game like this, I told them, I said, I want to say a lot. Can you guard in space? And I don't think people understand how hard it is for people like Jessica, Ramani, Charlie. I couldn't get in today, and I told her before the game, Charlie, this might be a game I can't get you in because they're so small and they want to go at the 5. So for us to lock up, and I saw a lot of good things from our bigs, makes me feel better with my game plan when we go to South Dakota State.
Stefan, go ahead.
Kind of along that point, Danae had 10 rebounds today. I mean, what's it like kind of seeing that production from her? And, you know, she's been diving all over the place, going for balls. I mean, have you had to tell her to slow down her at all, or is it full go at this point?
You know what? It doesn't surprise me because I watched the film before I took the job. All of us have seen in the room how special she is, and I'm just glad that she's out there, and nothing she does surprises me. So I'm happy for her to get 10 rebounds tonight because she loves that, right? She brings balance to my team because she never, like I told everybody when I took the job, she was like, Coach, I'm going to play hard for you as long as you can just find taller players and put me at the 4. And I said, don't worry about it. And she's still playing hard at that 4, so I'm excited about her.
Robbie, go ahead.
Always been a versatile player too athletically, but the shooting part of her game, how much has that expanded in the off season? She talked about, you know, when she wasn't able to move around as much, she did a lot of form shooting and things like that. How much have y'all worked on that to expand her game beyond the post?
Yeah, a lot. I mean, we did Kelby, I got to give a shout out to my video coordinator. We did a shot chart of all her shots last year. She didn't make one single shot, I believe, outside the paint. So the fact that opening night she hits that one right inside the 3-point line, if I remember correctly, and then we made that first quarter run, and this is when you know she's feeling good about herself. When right away in transition, we throw it to her in the trail, and she shot it like she's made 6. So, but again, that's a testimony to her because I'm a firm believer. If you put in the work, I want you to play. So I'm happy for her.
David, go ahead.
As frustrating as it might have been to see some of those threes dropping in the second half, the fact that you forced them to take over half their shots from 3-point range, was that a win for the defense and how well they were playing?
Well, yes, Amy, it was. But at the same time, when you look at their statistics, we talked about, I think Kelby was telling me they're 4th in the country in attempts last year in threes. There was something I read, something like that. So we knew that they wanted to shoot the ball. That's how they win. So the made threes didn't bother me. I think what more bothered me was not getting the ball out and going right back at them. We talked about it's one thing to make a 3, but the best way to go right back at your opponent is to score them on the other end. And I think we only did it once. Amy got it out quick, threw it to Jerkayla, and next thing you know, she got a quick layup. So, again, this is great for me, for film, because where we're trying to go, we need moments that are different, unique. So when we get to conference play, we're prepared for things that like they did.
Got time for one more. Stefan, go ahead.
Yeah, you mentioned a little bit, we talked about this after the first game, and, you know, Annie today has 6 points, but she gets 9 assists. I guess, what's the conversations like with her to, you know, not have her look up at the scoreboard, see only 6 points, and think that, you know, maybe she's not having as great of a game as maybe she had last season?
It's just me believing her and keeping it real. I mean, she's a pro. I took this job and I talked to like 3 WNBA coaches. They were excited because they know she can score the ball. She has speed like no other. And the biggest thing now is, can she run a team and make other people better? And I think she's made that statement this week. Like you mentioned, with 9 assists, I'd be curious where she is across the country in 2 games. It's got to be one of the top in the country. So I'm happy with that. And then tonight, she was 2 for 8. But I love the shots that she took. They didn't go in, but that's where we all know, and the fan base knows that she's capable of putting up 20. But like I told everybody on the team, I don't want to get caught up in a number. I want to get caught up in us. When we take what the defense gives us and we go out and make the right reads, then we're going to put a good product on the floor that can make deep runs in March. So that's kind of where we're at right now.